It probably isn't a secret that I like adventure games and RPGs. They're the type of games I spent the most time playing growing up, so I naturally have an affection for them that's very strong. So when I first heard about Evoland, I was super excited. A game that offers a chance to play through the evolution of one of my favorite game genres isn't one I'm willing to pass up. I forked over my $10 on Steam and loaded up the game, eager as a kid on Christmas to get that feeling of nostalgia as I played through a game that offered a sort of commentary on the growth of the genre. And about a half hour in, I was bored. Evoland advertises itself as a short story through adventure game evolution. Instead of gaining new powers and skills, you instead gain new enhancements to your world. These include a color display, the addition of music and sound effects, smooth scrolling, and eventually other graphical enhancements and changes to the gameplay style. These upgrades and enhancements to your adventure are given through treasure chests as opposed to traditional items. On the surface, it's an amazing concept. After digging in though, it's actually rather disappointing. Consider this. If each enhancement is part of a large dinner, the reason I'm disappointed is because you don't get to enjoy each course before the next one is brought to your table. You're rushed through the first plate toward dessert in a rather short amount of time, and you're not given a chance to chew and enjoy what you're experiencing. You start off with only the ability to move in one direction, and quickly gain full 2D movement and a weapon. At this point, the game plays and looks a lot like Final Fantasy Adventure or The Legend of Zelda on the Game Boy. But before I knew it, color was tossed into the mix. The gameplay stayed the same, but it's less than 5 minutes of the black and white style. It's kind of jarring how quickly this change occurs. And shortly after that, they add more detail to the graphics. Again, the gameplay is still rather Zelda-like at this point, and you soon gain the ability to move off the grid and manipulate your direction freely. Awesome, even more of that Zelda feel now, and that's something I can get behind. Shortly thereafter, random encounters are introduced, changing the gameplay style. It's only about 10 minutes into the game, and we're already done with the Zelda style of combat for the time being. In turn, it's playing a lot like Final Fantasy. Okay, that's fine, we're playing through all these different styles of gameplay from adventure games past, but slow down though. And that's what I meant before. I wasn't done chewing and already Evoland is throwing another plate of adventure gameplay styles onto the table. Soon you're exploring a town and must gain the enhancement of shopkeepers and innkeepers, which doesn't seem like an evolution in gameplay styles. Those things seem like a given. Maybe I missed the point of the creators were making here, but still, rather strange. A nice touch is grinding for money, but that only takes 5 minutes. You have to get some cash to upgrade your sword and armor to move on. The next enhancement is a forced battle to rescue a girl, and a forced choice dialogue option. The commentary when you get each enhancement was starting to bother me at this point. Oh my god, color! And this choice doesn't seem to have proper branching or whatever. I get it, games have changed. I don't need the extra bits telling me what's occurred. I know this game was made for people who grew up playing older adventure games, and people who did that, like me, are familiar with these tropes. They're familiar with having forced dialogue options or forced battle encounters and things like that. Since the game is based around those tropes, shouldn't they be explainable without the added commentary? After helping the girl defeat Kefka's ghost, another joke I'm not sure I completely understand, you gain a crystal that makes the world look like it's an early 3D game. Okay, pretty cool. But the combat goes right back to the Zelda clone style hack and slash with no more random encounters for a while. Not long after, the 3D becomes more detailed by adding pixelated textures, again barely allowing us to experience one enhancement before tossing in the next one. We're probably only 25 minutes into the game too, and Evoland continued to do that. While it's cool to visit a town with pre-rendered backgrounds, go on a fetch quest to get explosives, and fight in different gameplay styles, I still felt like Evoland was pushing me along a history of a genre rather than letting me truly experience it. There's really only one part of the game I could say had a puzzle in it, and it involves using the crystals to go from 3D to 2D again, which honestly is the best section of the game. I wish the rest of the game had a mechanic like that, because then the enhancement and changes feel like they serve an actual purpose. Instead, the enhancements feel like they exist only for the purpose of allowing the game to claim to be a romp through adventure game history. A lot of reviews claim that the game is short at around 4 hours. I say Evoland is short at around 2.5. There's no challenge or anything to make the game longer or more enjoyable. From quickly forcing us along a set path without a chance to truly experience the evolution of an amazing genre with a rich history of changes, to being embarrassingly easy and short, Evoland really wastes its potential. The price is a little too high for what you're delivered, which is a rushed adventure in what could have been an amazing nostalgic romp. But maybe there's hope for this kind of game. Evoland in my mind has started the conversation. If you look at adventure game fans who've played this game, you'll find some satisfied and some not. But I think we can begin to talk even more about how a game like this could be done better or done right. Spending more time on each stage of evolution would be the first step in my book. Give me a chance to bite into the gameplay style and the graphics and everything like that. That way I can appreciate the changes and enhancements when they do occur. Evoland is an amazingly interesting concept for an adventure game, and it's worth checking out for that reason alone, but it misses the boat in a lot of ways. Maybe an update or a free, maybe even cheap sequel could extrapolate on the good elements of the game, of which there are a few. The mechanics are solid, but they're lacking. It's the pacing and lack of variety that's majorly flawed with Evoland. If you're eager to experience this game yourself, I'd just wait until the price comes down a bit. What do you think of Evoland? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you like it, hate it, think it could be done better, or is it just fine as it is? Leave a comment down below and let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again real soon.